Bayley just addressed the idea of adding a mid-card title for the women, so we'll see what she had to say. We'll also check out what's going on with Damage Control, the Bloodline, and more. Let's start things off with all the rumors and speculation about a mid-card title for the women's division. Everyone is familiar with how the men's division works. You have your 2 world titles and your 2 mid-card titles. The mid-card titles are extremely useful because it helps to elevate new superstars and introduce them to an audience in a strong way as a champion, and even sets the stage for the mid-card champion to one day reach the world title scene. So it's like a stepping stool into the world title scene for those upcoming superstars. Regular superstars go through those rankings. They start up by picking up exhibition wins, then enter the mid-card title scene, and then eventually enter the world title scene. That's how it is for the men's division, and when booked properly, it's a great system. But when it comes to the women's division, they don't really have the same system. It's just the 2 world titles and the tag team titles. So if you're not involved in the world title scene or the tag team division, chances are that you're not getting the most time to fully develop your character on screen and develop a connection with the crowd. And this is not a new topic of discussion at all. The lack of a non-title feud in the women's division has been a very popular topic and a big issue for a while. New faces and new #1 contenders for the women's world title don't have the strongest connections with fans because there's no real journey to the title. It's not like they're having all these great non-title feuds for the women's division that's building a lot of great characters and challengers for the world title scene. It's unfortunately not like that at all. Someone will become the #1 contender for the women's title out of nowhere, possibly lose that title match, and then go back to being MIA. That's basically what it's been for the most part in recent years. Unless you're a champion in the women's division, your screen time is very, very minimal. So that's when the conversation of a mid-card women's title started coming up, something that will be the equivalent of the men's intercontinental title. Ronda Rousey and Raquel Rodriguez both brought up the idea in recent months. They both said how the women will benefit greatly from things like non-title feuds and a mid-card title, how it'll help newcomers to the women's division and build a fan base and character. Now, Bayley is even discussing the idea of a women's mid-card title. Bayley had this to say when speaking with Sportskeeda, quote, "I mean, it wouldn't hurt. It would be nice to have another title. I think it's just going to take time. When we wanted those women's tag team titles, it took a long time, and it took someone actually fighting for them. If that's what we want, someone has to stand up for it and really fight for it, and prove that it's going to be a benefit for the division." End quote. So Bayley appears to be on board with the idea, but she says that if that's what the women want, then they're going to have to stand up and let their voices be heard. Bayley knows a lot about fighting for a title to exist. Everyone credits Sasha Banks and Bayley as the ones responsible for the creation of the women's tag team titles. When WWE was on the fence about the idea for women's tag team titles, it was Sasha and Bayley who kept pushing and pushing until the titles were finally created. So it looks like that's what Bayley is alluding to here. If everyone wants that, they gotta come together and let it be known that they want a mid-card title. And all the fans seem to agree that if the mid-card women's title gets proper treatment, care, and time, then it definitely wouldn't hurt and would be a great addition. But if they're going to bring that new title in only to get it treated like the women's tag team titles, then obviously it wouldn't help that much. But we'll have to see if this growing buzz around a women's mid-card title could lead to the next title being introduced down the line. Speaking of Bayley and the tag team titles, that brings us to Damage Control and their title defense against Alexa Bliss and Asuka. Damage Control's first reign as tag team champions ended at a total of 49 days with little to no memorable feuds or moments throughout the title reign. It's a bit of a shocker because when Damage Control was introduced at SummerSlam, everyone thought they would be the foundation for the new era of the women's tag team division. that they would help put the division seriously back on the map. Damage Control was easily the favorites during the tag team tournament, but surprisingly lost to Aaliyah and Raquel in the finals. But Aaliyah and Raquel's title reign ended up being extremely short, and they lost the titles to Damage Control. Everyone assumed that the titles will take off under Damage Control, but unfortunately the titles still feel the same way that they felt over the last few years. The division is empty, and the titles constantly change hands, so suddenly with that hot potato effect that it devalues the titles a bit. And that's what fans are discussing right now. Fans can't really wrap their heads around the decision and reasoning for Damage Control to lose the titles so fast to Alexa Bliss and Asuka. So now Alexa and Asuka will take over as the new tag team champions, and we'll see what they're able to do and if the division can come to life around them. As far as Damage Control goes, the loss of the tag team titles has fans concerned for the future of the faction. Will they be able to bounce back? Will Bayley be able to get her hands on the Raw Women's title and sort of reroute Damage Control to get back on track? Damage Control is at a critical point right now, so hopefully they can get back on the right route real soon. One of the reoccurring situations with the Bloodline is how Sami Zayn continues to make everyone crack during their segments. Well, Sami recently spoke with BT Sport and dove deeper into the situation of everyone breaking character during their segments. He had this to say, quote, "To be honest, the reason it's standing out so much is that it reminds the fans that the performers are really having fun doing this. It's something that they sometimes forget. We're enjoying this too. There is a real-life chemistry between myself and that whole family. We have always gotten along splendidly, and it's nice to see that the fans are appreciating getting a window into that a little bit. I'll admit, once or twice, I'm going out of my way to try and get them to crack. Generally, that's something you have to tread cautiously, because if you overdo that, it becomes you're not being a professional. Little bits are good, but like anything else, it can be redundant if it's overdone, or if you're not taking it seriously enough." End quote. So Sami is saying that he's glad that the fans can get these little glimpses that show you how much these superstars are enjoying their work and the stories that they're telling. But he did say that he doesn't want to go overboard with trying to get everyone to break, that it starts to get in the way of the main story. But as long as it's sprinkled in every so often, Sami will continue to try to break the members of the Bloodline during their segments. A lot of fans are heavily invested in their storyline, and it's going to be great to see where that story goes next. But what are your thoughts on all of today's stories with Damage Control, the mid-card women's title, and the Bloodline? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.